This is slightly different from my usual videos because this is personal. This is advice to anyone working in the Peckham area, especially in the field of law. If you come across a man named George Kakala and he asks you to do some work for him, please use the creaking desk. But as usual, if you come across a man named George Kakala and he asks you to do some work for him, make sure you get paid up front. Right, basically in 2019, before this lockdown madness, I was given some work to do process serving. Ted Goodman, who sadly is no longer with us, worked for a firm named Gans & Co. from 2006. But he phoned me, and Kakala phoned me, and basically I got some documents. Mr. Goodman says, can you serve these? Process serving. So I did quite a lot of work for him over a couple of years. And I didn't chase him for payment. I thought he was a solicitor, actually. He's actually only a paralegal. He gave me the impression he was a solicitor. When I made the affidavits of service, I put George Kakala, solicitor of Gans & Co. And he never corrected it. But that's a very unimportant point, very trivial point. I did some work for him over a period of time. I didn't chase him for... Goodman said, get paid up front. I didn't ask for payment up front because I trusted the lawyer. Never trust a lawyer. So I did these serving papers for him in various places. One of them was quite funny, actually. I had to go to North London. It was a serve papers of a Somali woman. Her mother had died. I think there were only two siblings, her and her brother. And her brother complained that she kept beating him up. So he took out an injunction against her. I had to go there and serve it. And when she ignored it, I had to go back and serve more papers. We'll have to go to court. What do you think? It's quite, this idea of poor, intimidated, frightened, subservient Muslim women. Don't believe a word of it. Another time I had to go to Chatham, serve papers down there. Well, I had to go to the courthouse and then to a long walk of Chatham, rain and mud, but a long walk anyway, and serve papers on a dude who saw me coming, thought I was a bouncer or something, opted out the back door. I served him on his mother. She was quite obliging. Another time I went to Romford and Catford and North London, so another North London. So I did quite a bit of work. And if you do work, you hope to get paid. When I didn't get paid by late-ish 2023, I chased him up. And he said, basically nothing to do with me. So eventually I sued him. You can read my... I've uploaded my witness statement and the consent order to the Internet Archive. It's also on my main website. You can read them there. His response was amazing. He moved on to another firm. George Kakala, Gans & Co. I was an employee of Gans & Co. from 2007 to 2020, where I worked as a paralegal in the family division under supervision of Mr. Anthony Finn. I'm surprised the claimant has chosen to pursue me as an individual for invoices that arose during my work as an employee of the firm. The claimant has remained adamant, despite my former employer advising him that he should sue the firm, or at least the firm be joined as co-defendant. So, have you ever heard of a firm or anyone saying, in all earnest, sue me? I'm liable, sue me. No. It goes on, paragraph 2. The delivery of the work referred to in paragraph 3 was incomplete, in that the complainant failed to provide a statement of service in form FL 415 pursuant to the Family Law Act 1996, acceptable by the courts and invoices in the correct format, acceptable by the legal aid agency. That is partly true. The first form I made out was incorrect. He pointed it out to me and told me what I had to do, so I amended it, or did it again and submitted it, and accepted it. He did that all the forms, all of them. Eventually, we went to I sued him, and he made an offer. I forget what it was, but his penultimate offer was £500, and I said £550. I mean, I'm still out of pocket. Well, am I out of pocket? Well, it cost me £80 to issue the writ, so £470. Say 460 with whatever, with expenses, whatever. It was all done online. But £460 for work I should have been paid quite a bit more for. This witness statement that's his witness statement. He had a letter drafted by a woman who was working at Gans. He must have been slipping her a length or something, because she said, you should sue the firm. And would you believe she put her pronouns in her email signature? Seriously. So, I'm not calling Mr. Kakala a crook, but he basically expected me to work for nothing. And I don't work for nothing except on my own account, or unless I want to do something. Yeah? I think most people feel the same way. So, anyway, the order was settled before District Judge Ahmed, sitting at the County Court of Bromley. Neither of us actually went to the court. And by consent, it's ordered that the claim under number K8QZ9A1A shall be dismissed upon any action for enforcement of the order. There'll be no order as to costs. And it was, he paid £550 to my bank account anyway. Oh yeah, it says here, upon agreement with some £550 to be to the claimant, and accepted in full and final settlement of the claim. So anyway, my advice to you is, if you come across Mr. Kakala, you want payment up front. If he doesn't pay you up front, don't work for him. And more generally, don't trust anyone, including lawyers. You know, there are lawyers you can trust, but you know, if you don't trust anyone, it's a fail-safe error. Anyway, that is the sad story of Baron v. Kakala.